Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Joseph Fritzl believes Trump is talking to him through secret hand signals, as incest monster fights to be freed. Incest beast Joseph Fritzl believes that U.S. President Donald Trump is sending him secret messages through hand signals, his lawyer said. Fritzl is serving life for keeping a sick secret family of 7 children in his basement after raping and imprisoning his own daughter, Elizabeth, for 24 years. The cellar rape monster's lawyer Astrid Wagner has revealed that Fritzl believes some hand movements made by Trump at various press conferences on TV are secret signals meant for only him to understand. He claims that the Republican is updating him on talks with Russian dictator Vladimir Putin through the gestures. Fritzl, who turns 90 on Wednesday and suffers from dementia, also claims that the clapping audience heard in his favorite televised folk music shows is for him from the grateful Austrian public. The rapist is currently locked up in the psychiatric unit of Stein Prison in Krems, but is expected to get transferred to a regular prison soon after a ruling by a court in the lower Austrian city last year. The decision was viewed by some as the first step towards parole and potentially an early release. His lawyer Wagner told local media that Fritzl's dementia is worsening, adding that he should be transferred to a dementia unit instead of his current unit. Alongside Fritzl's beliefs on Trump's signals and the folk music applause, his lawyer was also told by him that Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker had rang him to ask to look after the children in Austria. Wagner said, in truth, he needs special therapy. Despite talks of him moving unit, Fritzl is already planning his life after prison and has requested for help in finding a countryside property with a cellar, Wagner revealed. She told Mail Online previously, I went to see Mr. Fritzl in prison today, and he keeps talking about wanting to be in a house when he gets out of prison, and he has made very, very clear it has to have a cellar. He says he wants a cellar because he has so many things he needs to store. Of course, he's been transferred from a high security to the standard prison, but he still has all his things which he has collected over the years. I'm talking about loads and loads of files and folders. This is why he said his new place absolutely has to have a cellar. She also revealed that Fritzl believes he would receive a great fanfare upon his release. Wagner told the Mirror, he believes that when he is released, he will come out to a big celebration with people cheering and music and wanting to shake his hand. This is obviously not the case. It is a fantasy. I don't think he fully understands what the world really thinks. Every time I see him, he says he regrets his decisions every day. He has ruined his life. He always talks about his regrets about his crimes. He thinks he has friends on the outside, but he hasn't. One thing he accepts is that his family no longer want to see him and respects that. The twisted dad asks his daughter Elizabeth to help him install a door in his cellar in 1984. She agreed, and moments later she is drugged with an ether-soaked towel, tied up and chained to a bed. She would spend the next 24 years locked up in the hellish prison in Amstetten. Evil Fritzl went on to rape her over 3,000 times in rat-infested bunker. He would beat and kick her and force her into degrading acts, including reenacting scenes from violent porn films. Elizabeth gave birth to 7 babies in the cellar with no medical care. Kirsten, born 1988, Stefan, 1990, and Felix, 2002, were left to live with their mum in the underground hellhole. But Lisa, born 1992, Monica, 1994, and Alexander, 1996, were raised upstairs by Fritzl and his wife Rosemary after he convinced her they were left on the doorstep by Elizabeth. Alexander's twin Michael died shortly after birth, with cruel Fritzl tossing his body in an incinerator. The family's nightmare sees Fritzl threatening them if they dare to escape and punishing them by switching off the electricity. Their nightmare comes to an end when Kirsten fell critically ill in 2008. Fritzl allowed Elizabeth to take her to the hospital, where she revealed the shocking horrors she had suffered. Despite trying to argue he was trying to be a protective father, Fritzl was sentenced to life in prison in 2009. Fritzl kept his daughter Elizabeth captive in a newly built cellar complex for 24 years, since 1984. The evil dad drugged and abused his daughter, raped her more than 3,000 times, and fathered 7 children with her. The heartless monster did not hesitate to toss the bodies of the children who died at birth into a furnace. 3 of the children were raised in the basement by their mum, while another 3 were brought up by sick Fritzl and his wife Rosemary. Fritzl had convinced his wife their daughter had run away to join a sect. In a cruel twist, he forced Elizabeth to write letters to Rosemary, claiming she was unable to care for the kids, asking her to raise them. It was only when Elizabeth's eldest daughter, Kirsten, fell critically ill that her ordeal came to an end in 2008. In a rare act of mercy, Fritzl allowed Elizabeth to take the 19-year-old to the hospital. She managed to speak to police, revealing the horrors she had suffered throughout the years. Her first words were, "No one will believe me." Elizabeth's recorded 11-hour testimony led to Fritzl's sentencing to life imprisonment. Elizabeth and her children live now under adopted names after going through years of therapy, while Rosemary, now 84, is believed to be living in a small flat in Linz, around 30 miles from the former Fritzl home. Meanwhile, Fritzl's physical and mental health has deteriorated. In an exclusive interview with The Sun through his lawyer last year, Fritzl claimed he would see his family again one day. He also said he wanted to live to 130, and he was confident he would be able to do so if he drinks enough water.